Hey, welcome to episode number 123 of the Red River Horror Podcast. This week's episode is going to feature me and Ed's experience in immersive horror, Deadwax by Spektra Pulse as part of the Philadelphia Fringe Arts Festival. We will dig into that, as well as our favorite horror sequels, other Halloween happenings, and friend of the show, Different Take Zone, Joe D'Angelo joins us. So sit back, relax, and enjoy episode number 123 of the Red River Horror Podcast.
Welcome to the Red River Horror Podcast, where the channels of fear wind through the shadows of your darkest nightmares. From cursed horror films and bone-chilling tales to whispered interviews and the desolate echoes of abandoned places, we explore every sinister current. Grip your oars tightly and brace for the journey ahead. Now, guiding you through the murky waters, your host, Joe Zakrzewski, joined by Red River Horror founder, Eddie Caiazzo.
Welcome back to the Red River Horror Podcast. This is episode number 123. I'm your host, Joe Zakrzewski, joined as always by RedRiverHorror.com founder, Eddie Caiazzo. Hey, Eddie, how are you?
Joe, we're getting there, brother. We are getting there. Halloween is so close. I must say, I've been enjoying the season very much. How about you?
Oh, it's been fantastic. Other than I got some great foliage. I was up in New Hampshire for a wedding, but it just so happened to be unseasonably warm. So it was like 80 degrees up on the mountaintop and then dropped down to 45 once the sun went down. So it's quite the change. And I felt that before. That's pretty common in like Colorado, but oh, whatever. It was gorgeous. So got a little mountain fix in, was
And
down the shore. So
yeah,
we're getting
hey,
getting
we got to catch up real quick down the shore, and I just wanted to let you know, um, while we got to have a drink together and enjoy some of the fall festive vibes down there at the shore. I actually got some location shots of where the film The Prowler was filmed, so
right.
we'll get into that
Hell yeah.
soon.
Hell yeah. And we are joined by our friend Joe D'Angelo. Joe, two shows in a row with us.
I know this is nuts, right? It's
I know, it's
crazy.
great. It's great. Thanks for being here.
You
Now,
grabbed me.
before we get into the movie part, Eddie and I partook, if you remember, it's episode early in the show. So 2021, September in 2021 is when I did was Spectra Pulse's Unravel, which was our first experience into the immersive horror space. Joe, have you ever heard of immersive horror?
I have. Could you clarify a little bit? Just want to make sure difference between haunted places.
Exactly, because that's what I was getting to. So the one thing that when we were talking about Unravel that I feel a little guilty about now that we've gotten to know the people at Spectra Pulse, a little bit. We will be doing an episode with them in the near future. But I kept referring to it as like a one-person haunted house. That's not really it. It's more like you are the character in a couple scenes of a movie. And the
Ooh.
more the more you buy into it, the better your experience is going to be. So you can go
Okay.
back and listen to that Unravel episode. Um, and that my heart was beating out of my chest by the end of that. Um, and then we got to do it again. And this year for the 2025 Philadelphia Fringe Arts Fest, Spectre Pulse titled it Dead Wax. And before we get really into it, I was didn't know what to expect, and it was completely different than the first time around. And it's unfortunate that it's only their second time doing it since Unravel, but we got some cool posters, we got some swag. Um, really, really neat. So, and Eddie didn't get to do it the first time around, and you got to be there this time around. So, Ed, let's get into you because I have talked about immersive horror a bunch. So let's hear how your first immersive horror experience went.
So I didn't know what to expect, and you know me, like I get all in, but it's very hard to take me by surprise. It's very hard to um I think we've talked about this before where you had to sign me up for that American Horror Story promotion when they first launched it where that, latex guy would show up because I know you'd carry it out correctly. Yeah, I'd be way too paranoid I'd figure it out, you know.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we get to Spectra Pulse and this year Dead Wax. So I said, okay, like I'm in. and I'm gonna be, as prepared as I can to just be in the moment and totally just give myself over to the environment and like let it ride. Well, I think I went a little too far with that because that now we go and I was just entirely too stiff. And like the experience itself, which I'll get to, and this is not a bad thing. I'm saying like I just think that me, like, so I felt it immediately. So we go to this place. Um, it's a recording studio,
Well,
but enter
quick timeout because it starts before that.
yes.
It
Well,
starts week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks before they start sending messages.
you're right. You're right. So
So,
immersive horror. No,
yeah,
you're absolutely right. So I'm trying to think. I guess immersive horror. So yes, we get cryptic messages in our email to call a phone number to provide the last song that you want to hear before you die, before the end. Right. So like
yeah.
what's the last?
What's the song you're gonna hear when you die?
Yep. And Joe, what was yours?
Mine was "Tonight Tonight" by the Smashing Pumpkins. I couldn't think of anything, and that's just I'm like, with the strings and the build up. I'm like, I feel like that's, I don't know.
All
It
right.
hit.
Joe D, I'll ask, then come back to you. Think about what the last song you'd want to hear before the end, like knowing it's the end and that's the last thing you're going to hear. So both of you know me extremely well. I chose the Backstreet Boys' "Set Adrift on Memory's Bliss," a cover of PM Dawn, but the Backstreet Boys version's a little slower. When I was younger, it used to help me get to sleep at night. Like I'd put on the album, and by the time I got to that song, which was track 11, it's like, okay, it's time. Like it's time to power down. So, so I leave the message, and I'm thinking to myself, well, that's pretty ridiculous. Like that's, uh, but again, that was it. It's just like, did you know? Like, did your song go through? Did your message get through? Who knows? We're gonna find out when we get there. So,
You
Joe,
would have found out because you would have lost your slot if you didn't reply.
that's true. And then so we get there, and it's dark.
Well,
It
add more to it because it's cryptic on where to meet. We didn't go through the front door,
no,
so
no.
we had to meet around the back door.
Mhm. And then
And
it,
yeah,
if we get hyper specific, we might lose, the people who live out Joe D's way now.
yeah,
So let's just say it was a dark, like a busier street in Philadelphia, but I would say a block off of a busier street in Philadelphia, and it's just a row of houses, and so where we parked and then where we walked to. So we were coming from kind of a lively space into like a lot darker, not as happening um spot. So it definitely put you, so as we're walking Joe through one of the underpasses and we're walking, it's like that's when I started to, like you say, immersive horror. Then it's just like, okay, it started to wash over me. But right, we get there and we're like, okay, well, we did see a picture. They sent us a picture of where we were going to go in,
mhm,
but we didn't know that that was going to be a walk all the way around the block because it's like, if you can picture a block of row homes, it's the very last row. There's kind of like this field that's separated by a fence. So Joe and I's only option to get into this place, can't go through the front. We had to walk all the way around. Again, just kind of adding to the whole experience.
yeah. And we got there a little early this time. So when I did Unravel, the rule was I could not show up to the location with anybody. I had to be completely alone. This time they're like, if you're coming in a pair, you can come in a pair. And when you arrive, we have to stand uh like near the front door and we have to text a number. What was it, blackout?
We had to text blackout to the number. And
Yeah.
then it
Uh,
was cool because you texted it and then it said stay there.
mhm.
Like it's just like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Um, but
Yeah.
Is there a contract you have to sign before this? Like
Yep.
legally what they can
Oh
do?
yeah. Oh, you're gonna sign a waiver.
we're getting there. So the funny thing is, so that's how, and again, you guys know me so well. That's where I was just entirely too stiff. But like I wanted to, like so Joe, like we're waiting outside and we're seeing like lights off in the distance and coming from this building and then some loud noises and then and it's just like, all right, I'm in. So I'm already thinking that the experience has started when they called us. So a woman comes back to get Joe and I, and so she says Joe, like she calls his name first. And how it was set up, it was like I was the time before and Joe was the time after. So I'm like, oh, okay. Like, cause then I'm worried about the songs. Then I'm starting to get back into like reality. I'm like, no, 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 no. Like, you're committed. Like we're immersive horror. So then I just sit down in this garage that's part of the building that we were going into. But I said I just kind of sit down in this one chair. So she takes Joe in and she leaves the door open. She's like, "Are you coming?" It's like, "Oh yeah, no, sorry. I thought."
Yeah, it wasn't time yet. It doesn't really start until you finish signing the waiver and everything.
So she walks and you're walking through again. It's an unassuming place that you approach to get into, but it doesn't look like anything like you're walking into. So then you walk into this state-of-the-art recording studio, but it's dark, but like lit almost kind of how like we have our sets lit. Like it the ambient
It was
light
awesome.
great. Like
Yeah.
there was like a bar. Um, But Joe, what really set the tone for me, what said, okay, like I am in, there was some kind of slower industrial music with a female lead playing when we walked into that room.
Yeah.
That brought me immediately back to the early 2000s. Like that, I was a huge Tap in the Vein fan. I remember Poe, who was like featured in movies like Blair Witch Project 2. So like this brought me back to a different time. It was crazy. I don't and again, like this is your own experience. This is every experience is going to be different. That's why we have two different final songs, right?
Hmm.
So for me, I'm just like it took me back to the early 2000s. I'm like, "Oh my gosh, like what is going like I started to feel it.
It's just the waiting room.
Literally just the way like nothing's happening. But that
Yeah.
how like committed I was. I'm like, we're doing this. So then yeah, reality kicks in. You have to sign a waiver, but then you get called up. Now, I went first, Joe went second, but Joe had already done the immersive horror type experience once. I had never done it, so now I'm off into the darkness, up the steps, out of the state-of-the-art recording studio and into the night. Um, and that's kind of where I'll leave it, Joe, because I just want to know with you. And again, it was called Deadwax from a group Spektra Pulse out of Philadelphia. Was your experience up to that point similar to mine, or were you a little more just like, okay, like going through the motions of we have to get to this place in time to do this, and it's not like when did you feel it? Like when did you feel like something was going down?
Because I had done it before with them, I was a little more loose. So, like, I knew once we got in, we're going to be going through the check-in point, and I know it doesn't start until they tell you when it starts. Um, so for me, it's like you do that, you sign your waiver, they tell you the safe word. So you got your safe word in hand. And probably after I was ready, like in the zone after right before you go up the steps, they just ask you a few questions. One is like, are you on anything? So just check your eyes and make sure you're not on, you know, any kind of drugs. Make sure your pupils aren't fully dilated and I'm not trying to like trip while I'm up there. Um, and it was after that when she was just like, "Oh, have you ever had an outer body experience?" And I said, "No." And she said, "Would you like to?" And I said, "Yes." And that was the moment once I started going up the stairs. The production these guys put into it, Joe, is just fucking fantastic.
Hmm.
It's fantastic. You go upstairs. Imagine so we're in this room, small retail like counter to your left, straight ahead. There is a little hallway that goes to another room, and then a wall. The wall has a table with a record player, two chairs. The wall on the right has this type of like honeycomb shelving type thing with records all on it. And to your immediate right on this back wall, there's another door that goes somewhere. And on the counter of that retail space is a black phone. Now, Ed, what happened to that black phone when you got upstairs?
Well, it rang, Joe.
It rang. So
Rang.
that's your first thing. You go up these steps through these curtains to nothing, and like the phone starts ringing.
So yeah, so your guide leaves you in that room for a sec. So again, like you get there, I'm off into the mist, into the darkness, like wait here. So again, a little bit of stiffness on my part. She's like, wait here.
It says, observe the room, look around, really take it in.
So I do that, and the phone starts ringing. And Joe, what do you think? What do you think that I do? I don't answer the phone immediately. It's just like, get the phone.
Yeah.
Because that's just so, like, I'm just like, oh, okay. Like, I was like, well, you told me, I was following instructions. You told me to wait. Like, here, you told me
Yeah,
to.
I would do the same thing. I wouldn't answer the phone until they tell me to answer the phone. It's like, all right, I didn't know this was part of the thing. You got things to take care of, bills to pay. How am I supposed to know?
So, so Joe, I thought that was pretty funny. It's just like, of course, I didn't answer the first round. It's just like, no. So when you do answer the phone, it is, another guy on the other end, and you can kind of make out what he's saying. I don't know if you were supposed to make out all of it, but you do get a sense that because like he says, like, this is the last time, right? And you're just like, well, what the hell does that mean? Right? Like this is the last time. You haven't met a guy up to this point. So you do take in the room. You got the record player, you got the phone, you got the wax or the records on the wall. Hang up. Girl comes back and says, okay. Like, now, is that when she brought us over to pick a record?
Well, you jumping. So the phone rings, then she talks to you, then she comes out, then she does her spiel with like talking about music, about the Deadwax. And so the Deadwax is the ring on the record that does not play when you put the needle on it. So it's like the dead space.
Perfect. No,
Clever.
There you go.
Okay,
I'm
gotcha.
glad we're doing this together here because
Yeah.
so now part of me thinks, do you think that they want to, if Spectra Pulse wants to put on this production somewhere else, would we be spoiling it if we went any further?
Probably, but I don't think they are. I mean, what they told us when we were talking to them, and I am in their corner, and if they crowd fund it in any way, I will donate because they want to do something that is an hour long, and I am all in.
Ooh.
Um, but we'll run through like just a quick run through with like the other guy. So
Yeah, you can give
you just
warnings and stuff. Just
yeah,
warning, like, hey,
the f-
spoiler, if you don't want to,
yeah,
So
it sounds like he does not want to deal with the girl. Her name is was it Hazel?
I don't remember her name.
Maisie and Hazy, but it's on the phone. And he's saying it. He's like, we're done. This is the last time. Um, some of the things they do, let's get into the effects part. So this woman who is playing this character, who is essentially our like, person we're interacting with, she's got like these really like long nail things going on. Whoever did her outfit, makeup, everything was just, she was like mysterious and just had like that great vibe for I don't know if I can trust you, but you're very
Ooh,
informative, so I'm going to listen to you.
that's a great way to describe it because Joe, like I did see some live action performances when we were in Cape May. Like I saw like a play and it wasn't it didn't help. Like people like this like Spectra Pulse, like whoever that woman that took us through, like yes, like you're right. Like there was an uneasiness. Like she's kind of like asking you to trust her. And now again, like this is immersive, so she's grabbing your hand, she's pulling you along. Like even like at one point you're sitting there and she's running those nail things on your back or whatever, and I'm like, okay, like so
Hmm.
right, there was definitely a. It's just like, okay, are you are you here to guide me through this? Are we going to be friends to protect it? Are we going to protect each other from this guy, or what's what's going down? Her
Yeah,
performance is unbelievable. Because like, yes, I was in, and I'm like, all right, it just you described her perfectly. Yeah.
yeah. And one of the effects that they use is she's explaining. the Deadwax. She's asking us about if the dark side of the moon played backwards. So she's going into the mystery behind vinyl and the hidden messages. What's in the Deadwax. And there's a part where we grab a record and we put it on that record player, and she's like, just touch it, like while it's spinning. Can you hear it? You're like, no. And they do, close your eyes, and she puts her hand over yours, and then which is great. I wish I didn't know what bone conduction speakers are, but brilliant use of a bone conduction speaker, because like one hand is with your hand on the record, and then she places her hand behind your head, and you can hear the music loud and clear.
It's you had to explain it.
Wait,
So have you ever heard of bone conduction speakers?
no.
So I have a pair. It's too dark in here for me to show, but it's runners use them, and instead of going over on your ear, it sits on your temple,
Oh, yeah,
and
okay.
Pretty cool.
that's what
Okay.
they use to make this effect, and it was sick. It was like
Wow.
I'm like, all right, let's see how it does. And it's just because it comes in so clear.
Wow.
Because the thing,
Okay.
Yeah.
because Joe D, like the thing is, so I have never experienced this kind of, all the haunted houses and all the things we did over the years. I've never experienced anything like this. This is all brand. So you're in a darker room. You're like you got a record playing. Like she's like got her hand on your head, and you're like, what is
You don't
happening?
know what's going to happen. Yeah.
So you're just in, and you're about 10 minutes in at this point. So
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's where she does like the step away, the phone ring. Like, then we get, what is it? Then she comes out when you're talking to her. Then there's a big bang on the door. That kind of scared the shit out of me a little bit because it caught me off guard.
yeah,
Well, I'm just standing there. We're just talking. Like, again, you have to really witness the way that the actress was doing this, because she was just very like like calm, and it's like darkish, and next thing is bam, 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 bam.
yeah,
Like, so it's like,
yeah.
Yeah, that get me too.
Everything's kind of like
yeah,
fluid up to this point. There's kind of like a flow to everything.
yeah, it just
The
shut everything down.
Yeah, yeah. No, you're right.
Now,
Yeah.
I can I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Is this kind of like, I know you said immersive. Is it kind of like, what do they call it? Where you have to figure out a mystery. What do they call those places? You know,
Oh, like
Uh,
are you trying to figure things out, or are they just sort of just guiding
not
you along the scare kind of deal?
no.
The
this one's
story.
got along. Listen to our last podcast. The one I did is called Unravel, which
Mhm.
is like totally different story, and that was based around like being teamed up with a private investigator. I will read you what that was,
Mhm.
like the brief summary of what it was, once we're done here. And then I highly recommend, if you're interested, listen to the Unravel episode. I'll send it to you if you're curious.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll definitely check it out for sure.
Do something.
Um,
Fly back home. We're going.
yeah, yeah. So we get the bang at the door. It's clearly the guy that was on the phone earlier, is what we can gather, but we're told to hide. So how low did you get down behind the counter?
Probably as low as since I actually played soccer, man, as a goalie. I actually was down
All the
almost.
way down hiding?
The only thing is I'm fatter now, so like my knees, like I was up a little higher, but for me, I couldn't really see like that much over the counter because you had to hide behind the counter.
Yeah.
I thought I was hidden pretty damn well, pretty low.
Yeah. And it's clearly some kind of drug deal that's going on. Like, he's selling her something. And then when she leaves the room to get some money, he knows you're there. So he's just like, and then he just starts talking to you, but not looking at you.
Yeah.
So it's like really creepy. He's wearing like a big coat. Um, and then he pulls you over to the that side room that I was talking about. There's like this door, and you're in there, and he closes it. It's just you and him. Um, very creepy. I don't know. It's This is the point. Did he give you a little shove?
Yeah, he
kind of
actually,
thing, pin you against the wall a little bit.
dude. Yeah, and I even got a hand over my
Yeah,
face.
yeah, that's right. He's like, shh, like
Yeah,
just listen.
yeah.
Don't look into the dead wax and like the again, the makeup and the props are amazing because he's just got like the hood down. You can't really see his face, and it's like completely dark with just a red light. And he pulls back the hood about being like, stay away from her. And whoever did the prosthetics, like his face is mangled. It's like
Oh
he's
shit.
like
Okay.
trapped in something.
Now, Joe,
And that's, yeah,
at this point, this is where it's like me committing to what we're doing. At that point, it's like, okay, is this guy gonna get me out of here, or is the girl like? So now, like the way you're left from this guy, because he's the pusher, he's the dealer, but the story kind of changes because now you think it's like, oh crap, like this chick is the dangerous one. It's just like now, like who do I trust here?
Mm.
yeah,
No,
yeah. But she barges in, they complete the transaction, and he skedaddles. I forget what she says to him, but also he's just like he's scared of her, and you can tell.
he is. Yeah. Which,
So
which is
like
Did he
she has
did he
control over
did
him.
he did he tell you to go back into the hiding spot before she came back?
No, because we were in a different room.
Oh. But you hid while they were together talking about the deal, right?
Yep. And
Did she
then
notice
she
something was
she
up?
leaves the room. She leaves the room, and then he's just like, "I know you're back there." And he's just like, "You can stand up." And he grabs you. He grabs you and takes you to the other room.
And when she comes back though, does she suspect something was up? Like,
She says, "What did he say to you?"
yeah.
Like she
mm,
she keeps asking, like, "What did he say to you?" And um, then she gives you an offer because then he's gone, and you go back out into the main room up to the records, and she has what she got from him is a little vial with a little dropper, and she hands it to you, and she says, "I want you to put 3 drops of this on my tongue." And so
what?
I obliged, Ed, you obliged,
Had to.
and yeah, and then she gives you the offer. She says, "Okay, your turn. 1 will make you feel relaxed. 2 will make you something, and 3 will make you experience the world like you've never seen it before." So I said 3.
Who in the
Let's fucking
say
let's go.
right? And then
What
one,
was that?
if no, I'm saying if you're like completely freaked out, then okay, one makes sense, right? Who in the right mind is going to say two? So you're either going one or three, and I went three.
That's where our show ramps up, and she takes you by the hand, leads you to the room that she keeps coming in and out of. Before you get back there, one disclaimer that was in the instructions before we went was, don't, if you wear glasses, like wear contacts. Eddie kept his glasses on, and we're like, why are they saying don't wear glasses unless you absolutely have to? Because next thing you know, we've got welder goggles going on our face, going into
Ah,
a pitch black room. I couldn't see anything.
I couldn't either, man, and it was a trip. Not to spoil this next part, but when
Yeah.
you finally do see the room that you're in, it was massive.
Yeah, it's huge. And this is after, so I forgot, after we take the dropper, it's like you pick a record, like pick the record off the wall that speaks to you,
Yep.
any record, and grab it and go. Um,
You both do the
it's
drop.
just,
You get the
yeah,
dead
it's
wax.
dark. I got these blackout goggles on, and I'm led to a chair, and I sit in the chair. I'm like, this is a wheelchair. Because then next thing I know, my feet are up in it. And she fires up this machine, the record's like upright, and she's like, don't look away. Like look directly into the dead wet. Like whatever happens, don't look away.
Jesus Christ.
Sound, lighting, freaking amazing. Again, so now it's like just she's like kind of dancing, and there's this bass, this build up, and it's nothing like not real music or anything, nothing that you can really like tell is a song, but it's just like bassy like sounds and vibrations, and then this light that's just like bang, 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 and it's like slower, louder, and like the light gets more intense. Next thing I know, Ed, I don't know if you kind of like jumped a little bit, that you just felt two hands right on your arms,
Yep.
and then someone squeezing you with the base and everything, and then the chair starts to move closer and
Yep.
closer, and it's getting louder and brighter and louder and brighter, and you're closer, and she's moving, but you're trying to stay focused. And for me, I'm like locked in. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? And then I start hearing like the strings from Tonight Tonight start going as it gets building and building and building and building and
Oh
building, and then
shit.
boom, and then that's the end.
Jesus.
Yeah. Now that was mine. Ed, you had a little bit of a different experience in the chair.
And the guy said, "Don't look into the wax." There, he said, "Don't look." Right? He said, "Don't."
He told me not to, but I was tripping balls on those drops, so
Okay.
I couldn't look away. She said don't look away, so I'm like, is something bad gonna happen? I don't know.
That's what yes, she said, don't look away. So I'm just like, all right, well, I'm not looking away. Okay. um, but yes, no, exactly. I knew like because you can anticipate it's like all right I'm in a wheelchair someone is going to grab you or touch you at some point, right? Like that's going to happen. So you fall a little bit out of it knowing just like all right, well, what are they going to do with it? Are they going to spin me around? Like what's gonna come of that? But you do have these goggles on, and again, everything kept me where I was supposed to be because now I'm staring at the record player. Like they put the record in, and that's what's going to start playing. It's like, okay, like I want to experience this. So don't worry when someone starts touching you in the wheelchair thing. Like just don't worry about it. It's all part of the show, right? What I wasn't expecting, Joe, is that it's it's kind of like was it that remake of House on Haunted Hill where Jeffrey Rush, who plays Vincent Price, gets like locked in that room or he and it starts like spinning and like you see it like it starts slow and then it gets crazier
Yeah.
and crazier and then one of the figures takes shape and then kills him. I think it's in that like um it had that kind of like effect. So yeah, like the music is pulsing slowly, and then like the lights are pulsing, and then you realize just how big the room you are because you haven't gone through anything this
You-
big up to this point at all. Like you've been in a stairwell, you've been in a room with a desk, a phone, and a record player, a semi big room. Um, then you're in like an elevator type room where the dude's got you posted up and is trying to scare you, and then all of a sudden you're in this like warehouse type thing, or that's how it felt.
Yeah.
Uh, but
The
in
whole effect, I forgot even like the screen. So it's like not only there's like flashing, but there's a screen behind the record that you're looking at, and then like her silhouette's going with it. And
you got these goggles on,
yeah,
people are grabbing you. It's,
yeah.
but we did have a different experience in that I did not hear my last song. I didn't hear the song that was supposed to send me off into the next
So I
world.
guess you survived and I didn't.
That's I like that interpretation
Yeah.
because
That's what we're gonna say.
I
Well,
feel
what'd you do different? Did you do anything different?
no, I
You
mean
didn't hear the song.
the light was pulsing, the bass was pulsing. It kind of reminded me of like Rob Zombie's like The Lords of Salem when she plays that record. That's kind of how it started. Not exactly, but just to give you like a point of reference. That's like how it started and then I guess eventually it was supposed to form into the song, the Backstreet Boys song, but it didn't for me. But at that moment, like that didn't matter. Like she's doing something, and it's not like interpretive dance, but with the lighting and with the goggles and with everything going off, and like she's like dancing in front of you, but it seems so far away, yet it's not. And I don't know. It's very hard to explain. Like you kind of had to experience that part for yourself.
Their ability for what they produce in a live setting has blown me away both times. Their production quality. in real time is absolutely incredible. So, I mean, John, Davron, Alyssa, I mean, they deserve so much credit. And John, even more so when he first time meeting us in person,
Yeah.
and then you told him about the song part, he knew. He's just like, you didn't hear the Backstreet. It's just like he knew your song.
Yeah.
It wasn't like he was just sitting off to the side, not involved. Like, I don't know if he was one of the hands. I don't know where he was because we didn't see them until we were done.
I think he was the guy. I think he was the guy, John was.
He probably was, but it was so dark that I couldn't really tell.
Either way, so Joe,
But
I
he didn't have makeup on when he came down, and there was someone else going after us.
didn't. Oh, and by the way, something cool about the podcast, Jody, and then we'll get to um your last song, you know. Uh Something really cool that's kind of like it's fun to know like that we're connecting with this audience, the Red River Horror podcast audience. There were people who listened, at least two. One messaged the Red River Horror Instagram page directly to say, "Hey, like I just listened to your episode on the Spectre Unraveled, the one that Joe Z did back in 2021. It's just like, is it any good or something like that?" Like, and I was like, "Oh my gosh." And then the one guy said, like, after listening to the podcast, he was like really excited to experience their performance this year, to experience like this whole thing. So it's nice. It's nice to know that we're connecting. I like that. That's what it's all about.
No,
That's cool.
absolutely. And what did you get in your email inbox a couple days later?
So we got the playlist of everybody's song that went through, which was a little strange, but I get it. If you saw the Backstreet Boys on there, I'm sure you're thinking like, who the hell picked that one?
Mm.
But more importantly, we got pictures, a picture of me in the moment, in the actual
So
event.
No
remember I
way,
told you
really?
we got pulled into that room. Yeah, I don't know if yeah, it's not gonna be able to come up, but I'll share it. But it's just a picture of you up against the wall at the
Oh
point
my
where like
God.
you get pulled into that room with the guy. I'm like, I didn't know anybody took my picture.
What I'm
These guys, Spectra Pulse team, the Joe, I cannot tell you how blown away I am by what they do in real time, and I hope that this 1 hour thing can come true. Um, I would do anything for them to make that.
Yes, if yeah, that's the only thing and we're going to speak to them soon. They said they were pretty heavy, but with travel post this,
Yeah,
because that kind of production for a unit like that small, like you figure you got three or four people doing everything. So, but John and Davron are who we met, and that were behind it, and I feel bad the woman who checked us in and everything that pretty much interacted
I'm,
with.
I'm pretty sure that's Alyssa.
Okay. Well, if it is, great. If not, I'm sorry. We will chat
Yeah.
more next time because if they do something again, I'm in. I am 100% in.
So the funnier part, my favorite part, well, I could save it when we're talking to them because I'm definitely going to bring it up again. So the first time I did it, I met outside of a bar, and like I signed my waiver, and it started when I go in. So I'm applying for a job. Basically, it's an interview with a private investigator looking for someone to help them. And I didn't realize that, like, I didn't know that was Davron until we actually met this time. I didn't know him at all. And before we go, like, we have like a long conversation, but before we go to the location that we're investigating, we did a shot of tequila. And it's like, I know it wasn't the
Nice.
first one. And I'm like, was yours like actually tequila? He's just like, oh yeah. I'm like, how many of those did you have like each night?
Because
He's like, oh, as many as I needed. I mean, and he fucking crushed it too. So
no, I'm into whatever this. I don't see. This is the thing. I just coming into it a little uneducated, as like I know that there are like immersive horror experiences, but I didn't know that when we first heard of Spectra Pulse when they first reached out. Because actually, back in 2021, they reached out to us, which was
yep.
really cool. Just
That's
because
awesome.
I'm a little heavy handed on the Philly stuff. You know what I mean? I love my home.
Yeah. No,
But
they have our support from now until the end of time. So
Doing it every year. So with that, Joe D, what song do you want to hear before you go? Right before you go, or during?
Oof. I had, yeah, I was trying to think about it while everybody was talking. I was like, oh God, yeah, it's on me on the spot. I kept just racing around. If I wanted to be funny, I would say Blink 182 Family Reunion. But if I were to take it seriously, especially a version that could like really warp, you could warp it. Maybe I would say this is going to sound so odd. I want to say Bittersweet Symphony, but I think in some weird way, Till Tuesday, Voices Carry might be a really cool song. I
Hmm,
feel like that's a moment where a character is dying where you're just like, oh, this is tragic. Oh, I don't know why. But I love that song. And I was looking at my favorite tracks. And I was like, you know what? That might work. That might actually work really well.
good. Okay.
I love
Yeah,
Voices
there's
Carry.
That's a
one of my alternates when I was like flipping around was like where the streets have no name. I was like,
Mm.
"Ugh." But that one's a little too personal. I wouldn't be able to do.
They have a song called, U2 has a song called Wake Up Dead Man. That could be a
They
good
do.
one. Yeah, that could work.
trying to think of something that like actually that I would have fallen to or have fallen asleep to before, like on purpose. Not that I was listening to something trying to actively listen and I fell asleep. I mean, something is just like, no, okay, when I get to this song on the album, because us three grew up having the CDs, and before us the LPs and the cassettes, like it was an experience for you, especially with your favorite bands. So I knew by the time I got to track 11, it's like, okay, this is wind down. This is it. Like, here we go. You know?
A Perfect
Yep.
Circle, Orestes.
Ooh. Yeah.
Ooh. Wow. Or I don't know how you pronounce that. It's track five. I think it's Arist. Or
I
how you
know
say?
the song.
You know you're
I've
talking about?
always said
Yeah.
like I've always been like Orestes or whatever.
Orestes. Yeah.
Orestes is
Orestes.
three Libras. All right, sure. There we go.
There you go. There you go.
What
Or Brenya.
the
That entire fucking album.
Oh, so good.
what's
So good.
that? Like which
Murder and Alms by a
Moody
Perfect
Gnomes.
Circle.
I jumped right to
So great album.
Thankfully, your buddy at our buddy at the used to work at Coconuts recommended that album to me when I was debating between that and Kid Rock. What was it? Kid Rock. God, the history of rock. And I was like, wow, what should I go? And he was like, dude, please don't go with the Kid Rock one. He was like, please go with the. I remember I saw him at your house at a Halloween party. He was like, dude, I remember you. Thankfully, you went with that. I was like, yeah, man, thank you so much.
Ambrose was the guy you spoke to. So
Yeah, cool dude.
he worked at Coconuts. Yes, you're right, and that was a good call because yes, I'm a big Kid Rock fan. Devil Without a Cause was huge when we were younger, but as far as album one to album two,
Mm.
History of Rock is by far the weakest. That was a big. I remember being disappointed even at the time, and it was very hard to disappoint me with my favorite like bands and acts at the time. When I popped that in for the first time, I'm like, whoa, what the hell went wrong? Like, man of Devil Without a Cause. It's like, what happened?
I heard somewhere that it was like a B-side album. That's why it wasn't like really but I was like, why did he put a B-side album as like a I don't understand that.
You know, it's the rush to production. So it's like we
Ah.
had the success. They don't labor doesn't want to wait too long to get something else out. And it's funny that comes up. I was listening to Dan Soder's podcast, who the guy just makes me laugh. But he had Rob Thomas on from Matchbox
Mm.
20, and he was just talking. And Soder he's our age, and he brings up like the great question. He's like, why in the '90s was like everybody's first album so good?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Rob Thomas has like the perfect answer for it. He's like, well, the first one is the album we've been working on our entire lives.
Tyler, it's
The
yeah,
next the next one's the one we worked on while we were on the road nonstop
for a
and
couple
had a
months.
deadline to meet. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, oh.
There's not a lot of second albums that really, I mean, besides, I mean, yeah, I think Taproot might, there's a few other bands from the 90s where it's like Taproot's second album was, but I actually love their first album.
Dude,
Not to get off track, but
Iowa.
yes, second albums
Yeah.
are, oh, yeah,
Iowa by
yeah,
Slipknot
Iowa.
is almost all B stuff. It's all like old riffs, all like a lot of it's old stuff that they were able to pop together with some new.
Iowa's great. I still like the self-titled better, but Iowa is great though.
Yeah.
For me, I will tell you guys, there is one and I like their first album a lot, but their second album is my absolute, it's one of my favorites of all time. Away from the Sun, Three Doors Down.
Ooh,
Okay.
First album was really good, like obviously got me into the band enough. When I got that second album, that it was almost life changing at the time. So that's one of the only acts. Three Doors Down's second album was incredible. I thought it was better than The Better Life.
Yeah.
okay.
And when you make
Creed,
something
Alter
really
Bridge, we
good,
got some. Hmm.
it's really, really hard to follow up with, which is like
Yeah,
in the horror space, you have a successful movie, you're getting a sequel,
Oh, well
good
done.
you know?
transition.
Well,
And
Bruh, with the transition. Seriously. That's just effortless right there.
yeah,
perfect.
yeah.
Chef's kiss.
No, I mean, and that's what happens. It's the same thing where it could be a passion project that leads you up to it. You've been working on this year, and then next thing you know, it's like, well, here's a bunch of money, do it again. It's like,
Yeah. All right.
here's you have here's your timeline, get it done.
Yeah.
So
If you're John Carpenter, you're like, I don't know what the hell to write. You grab a 6-pack of beer and then make shit up. Here, take this.
I'm pretty sure that's how Stephen King's done most of his writing is while drunk.
That's about right.
Walt Whitman, or who else? Hemingway. Hemingway was definitely tanked the entire
Sometimes
time he was writing.
you run into writer's block, creative blocks. You need a way to break away from it. I don't, I'm not saying to go into
Yeah.
unhealthy ways to do it, but you got to do something different to mix it up a little bit.
But Joe, that was a
Yeah.
perfect transition. And but what you're getting at is I wanted to also let the audience know this is a two-parter here that we're going to be doing all together right now because Joe, we had to talk about our
Had to.
Pulse experience that couldn't wait till the end of the season. That had to get out in spooky season one. But two, yeah, the Red October, everybody's been enjoying it. Thank you guys. I think it was another successful year, even though we're not done yet. We're not through spooky season yet, but it brought to mind because like everybody wants more. Everybody wants to know, like we have the calendar out. I'm trying to keep up with the social media, getting this, some cuts, some scenes out there. But the sequels of these films is what we're watching so much of, and what we've come to watch so much of over the years is what you don't realize is like, yes, when we were kids, for me, it was like Halloween 1 or Scream 1 or whatever. When you're kids, it's easy. Now it's just like, oh,
Mhm.
this is like Fear Fest has an entire marathon of Michael Myers. They have an entire marathon of Freddy Krueger, and they're all out of order. They're putting them in random orders. Like you'll have Child's Play 2 playing at some point before Child's Play. It's just like, what is going on? It's too much.
Yeah.
But it got us thinking all together here. What are our favorite sequels? What have we been indulging in through spooky season as we kind of carry along the Red October calendar? Um,
Well, here's the thing. When we talk about horror sequels, and it's one of my favorites in the 80s slasher era, and you know what that is off the top of your head? So
I
Friday the 13th Part 2.
I do. I was gonna say it. You
Yeah.
said it 3 times on the podcast before, and I haven't remembered
Yeah.
it. I was like, this time I got it.
Yeah, I absolutely adore that movie just in a sense of it sets the tone for the future, but it's still different. We don't have the hockey mask, but we have a more psychotic person in the woods that runs after people,
Hmm.
which
Good characters.
Yeah, yeah.
Very good
Friday,
protagonist. Very good
Friday the
protagonist.
13th, Friday the 13th Part 2 is fucking awesome.
Is very,
So
very good.
I like that better than the first one. That's probably the reason why I like the 2009 remake, which I watched, which combines all of it, but is more of a Friday the 13th Part 2 remake with
Yeah.
the elements of everything else included. So I
Hmm.
think somebody who, you know, that's my bias. Outside of that, the things that I love in a horror sequel is the continuity. And that's those movies that go from it ends and the sequel picks up exactly where the first one ended. So that's your Halloween 2, your Phantasm 2, etc.
Ooh,
So
Phantasm 2 in there.
hell yeah. Cause you get the quad shotgun in there.
Yeah. No, it's pretty legendary.
Yeah. It's a great sequel.
It is. It took me a little while to appreciate it because I did not have that same appreciation you did automatically going in for something that was immediately, but like you're continuing that storyline. So it took me a minute because Phantasm 2, the first time I saw it, I'm like, this is pretty bonkers. And the first one is bonkers in all the best ways and has the aesthetic and the pacing that I like. The second one, it's like, oh, here we go. So it took me a while to come around to it, but now as a series, I'm all in on the Phantasm
Yeah.
series. But so you mentioned a bunch of movies already. Josie, then we have to start with you. Does Friday the 13th part two? Because we each the rules here, and Joe D, I don't want to get too crazy, like I don't want to get too confusing. We're each picking three horror sequels. All right.
Yeah, let's do one at a time. So we'll start my first one easily Friday the 13th part 2.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
I'll keep note of these. Joe Z, first one, Friday the 13th part two. Joe D from Different Take. We got three of them. Three sequels we got to name that are our favorites. Three favorite sequels.
Okay. Even though honorable mention, because I think the first movies are horror movies, but the second one's not necessarily, they kind of drifted away from it. I gotta say this. I gotta mention it because I don't think either of us are gonna say them.
Fine.
Term
Aliens.
Terminator 2 and Aliens. They have to be mentioned. They have to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Honorable mentions, but they don't think they really
Yeah.
fit. So I'm gonna go for my first one though, Evil Dead 2. Evil Dead
It's
2 is
weird though.
just
So is Evil Dead 2 really a sequel or is it really just a
I don't
reboot?
know. I don't know. I was wondering that too. It's like a remake, but a sequel, but a not. I don't understand.
But it doesn't really acknowledge the first one whatsoever.
No, it just kind of picks up where it left off, but it didn't. It's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would say it's a sequel, but if you guys don't count it as a sequel, then I can. I have one as a backup.
I would like
Two's in the name and you get two more picks. So I'd say it technically is a sequel.
I didn't want to limit us because one thing I learned from this year's Red October and from last year's Red October, us doing this, is I put too many arbitrary and capricious rules on what we're able to do. That some things get left off the list. So we're going to be a little more liberal, a little more fun next year for Red October, and I'll be a little less crazy on the rules. All right. So
Okay.
this could be any sequel. Doesn't matter if the movie started somewhere and then somebody decided to make a sequel somewhere along the way.
Yeah. If it was called Evil Dead and it was just a remake of the first, then I would say. But the fact, yeah, it's tough because yeah, they don't acknowledge the first one whatsoever. But again, we can discuss it later. What? How about this? For now, we'll just talk about Evil Dead 2 real quick, and then we can decide later on whether or not. But Evil Dead 2 is just a lot of fun. It's
We're gonna
batshit
rip,
crazy.
we're gonna rip through these a little quicker. There's gonna be a lot
Yeah,
than our Red October. So I'm gonna go.
yeah.
My first one, it's an easy one if you know me, and that is The Exorcist 3. Boom. Easy. It's such a good, what is it, George C. Scott, Jason Miller's back, Brad Dourif's performance.
It's a
I
good
mean,
one.
it is so well written and directed by William Peter Blatty. After the abomination that Exorcist 2 was, you know, Joe, you and I even thought when we watched it the first time, it's like, what the hell is going on? Exorcist 3, it scares me. Like I could watch it right now and I'd be scared. Like there's scary moments. Um,
The true sequel to The Exorcist.
yep.
Um, absolutely. Absolutely. It's a gem. Um,
Greatest jump scare.
at some point, we're going to have a conversation about Ryan Murphy and maybe he should step away from the horror space for a while. Um, when he did his Dahmer series, leaned very heavily into watching The Exorcist 3, but that's fine because his new show, his Ed Gein show right now is just getting ripped to shreds. And I'm like,
Yeah.
but I don't know what people are expecting because he doesn't make great things. He makes okay things.
No,
Uh,
I agree. Like he's very overrated. And if we ever get him on the show one day, I would tell him, like, I don't care. Like Ryan Murphy's definitely overrated.
he
And
ain't coming on with us.
oh, you never know. I'd reach
Hey,
out.
that's true. That's true.
But what I never realized before is how much material, like now there's borrowing material, there's paying homage, then there's just straight up grifting. I, I never realized how many stories that he tells on screen that are have already been told, you know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you do with that what
Yeah.
but what so I guess so with his one series he borrowed a lot from The Exorcist 3, which makes
Well,
sense.
no, it's just Dahmer. Every time someone's over before he kills them, he's like, "Do you want to watch The Exorcist 3?"
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which was a thing. He did enjoy the movie
He,
The Exorcist 3.
yeah,
Yeah,
he did. I remember hearing about that. Yeah.
that that is a thing.
I enjoy the movie The Exorcist 3, although it's
So do
Yeah,
scary.
I. Yeah.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
boom.
W- We're
Boom
ignoring
goes the dynamite.
the second one though, right? Because it was so bad, right?
Pretty
Oh,
much.
and
Yeah.
these are
That's the thing.
first.
Heretic is just made up. Like there is an actual sequel to The Exorcist, and that it was what The Exorcist 3 is.
Yep. The follow-up to the story of The Exorcist from William Peter Blatty is called Legion. Legion
Yeah.
made film The Exorcist 3. And because
Gotcha.
of
Yeah.
Warner Brothers, they forced him. There was not an exorcism in the book, although, but it was the same characters. Like 20 years later, it was Kinderman and Detective Kinderman and Father Dyer. The book was called Legion, and then Warner Brothers said, "Okay, we're going to make this into a movie, but you have to have an exorcism scene. It has to be The Exorcist 3." That's so, but it worked out because William Peter Blatty had control of all of it. So,
Nice. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
mm-hmm. All right,
All
Joe's
right.
we're
You
set.
ready for my next one? Is this gonna drive Joe D mad?
Uh-oh.
Halloween 2.
Boom.
You might think I was gonna say 3, but I always count 3 as a standalone thing at this point. My goal is anybody ever gave me the money to, and it's just like you got to do a remake of some movie in history. It would be Seasons of the Witch, and we just call it Seasons of the Witch. We don't have to have Halloween, but Halloween 2, one of those ones that holds. It's more of a nostalgia special place. Just picks up right where the first one leaves off. So I can, and I've done that where you watch them straight through, nice and smooth, like one long movie.
Marathon. Hmm. I like that. I mean, that's a really good Halloween night too. Like say you're I don't want to say stuck in giving candy because some people like that, but
Yeah,
that's a good 1-2 punch on Halloween night.
my neighborhood does a good job with that. So my thing now is I sit outside. I have it like I set up a table, jack o' lanterns. I got some skeletons. I got my own stuff. A bunch of my neighbors do the same thing. So we're all like out on the sidewalk, and I have a little tablet I take out with me and watch Treehouse of Horror while handing out candy.
It's very nice.
All right, Joe, let me hear it
Hmm.
About what? About what? What's the question?
about
Well,
Halloween 2.
okay. Yeah, notorious.
Ah,
If you follow Joe D on,
You were getting a little sour on it.
yeah, Joe D was starting to fall out of favor with Halloween too. So yes, I would like an update.
there are just two movies. I mean, Halloween 2 and Halloween H2O, which I enjoyed when I was younger, and I enjoy them now for nostalgia reasons. But when in terms of keeping my attention and just having fun watching them, I H2O, okay, good story, 2000s horror, but like Halloween 2 feels like it's a part of Halloween 1 without the talent. Sorry. No, no, it just no, the suspense is just like it. I like Halloween too, but I just forget it a lot. So yes, it does feel like it's part of Halloween 1, but you could just tell Carpenter's only he was there. I know he helped film a couple of scenes when, apparently he reshot a bunch of stuff. I feel like his presence is missed. And like you said, it feels rushed kind of deal. I think they could have done more. I have a special place. It's always going to be there, and I'm always going to like it. but I'm not as maybe animated. I think I was animated because I was dealing with a lot of people who were just like, "How dare you!" Because people were just like had their pitchforks ready to go because I liked Halloween 2018 more than Halloween 2, and I was like, "Slow down there, sailor. Everyone just calm down." Because it's like you can like both, it's not a problem. And I was getting real defensive at the time, but yeah, I mean, the only one I really don't really care for. I mean, all the Halloweens I care for in some sort of way, weird way. I can always watch them. So
No, and let me interrupt you there real quick, only because there is one that's close to my heart that's absolutely terrible, but it's only close to my heart because of you guys. Literally, it's the only fibers that connect it are literally my experience with you two, and that's Halloween Resurrection. The movie's bad. It's not good at all. Like it's upsetting how bad it truly is watching it now removed for so many years. But like I remember us three like looking up online, just like, well, what's this picture? Why is Lori kissing Michael? Like, what's that? And it's just like, and then you see a picture, they showed a picture of what the Myers house was going to look like. And it's like, holy crap, that looks good. That's the best looking Myers house since the first one. So like I
at the
remember
time,
putting these clues together on the slow AOL internet back in the day, and then all us three going to see it um, up at AMC and Dora together. So like it's the thing that holds it together for me. It's a horrible sequel. I'm guessing it's a tough one for me as far as the bottom. I don't know if Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 is worse or if Resurrection's worse. Resurrection's horrible, but it's got a sentimental place in my heart because of us three.
That's what you're picking?
But no, no, no. God, no. Joe didn't even pick the second one yet. I just wanted to interrupt Joe D because um I recognize how bad Resurrection was. Because which one were you going to talk about that you said was at the bottom? Like you're like, well, I like all of them, but well, maybe not one. Which was the one that you maybe not like?
which Joe, me or Joe Z? I mean, there's Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 is just, I mean, a hard watch. It's brutal. It's out there. I kind of like it for that reason, but it just doesn't feel like a Halloween movie. But then Rob Zombie's Halloween is okay, but I thought we were in Haddonfield, Illinois, not, somewhere in Texas. I don't know what's going on. You piece of shit. Like I don't know what the hell's going on in that. Um, um, but those but I know Halloween 5 feels like a Friday 13th movie, but I get a kick out of that one. So I don't know. I guess we all have our biases. And I don't want to seem like I'm being offended because Joe, I know Halloween 2 is on your list. So I didn't mean to be rude when I said like without the talent, that's rude. I shouldn't say that. I meant to say you could tell Carpenter's missing. That's all. That's all.
Sure.
It's all it's
But I
all
like it.
it's all up to us, man. It's our individual thoughts. So now, Joe D, with that, what's your second? We're not
Yeah.
ranking, but what's your next one?
Yeah. This is tough because like I'm on I was thinking sequels, not like third, fourth, fifth, sixth in the movie. So now my brain is like, wait a minute. My whole list was all the second movie
What
or like the third movie if the second one was bad enough. So now I'm like,
Well, yeah,
hmm,
that's the way I formulated it. But Ed saying Exorcist 3, I give that a pass because it is like with the William Peter Blatt, the
actual
author
sequel.
part of it, it's the
Okay.
actual sequel to the story.
All right. Sounds good. Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Scream 2.
Ooh, okay.
Man, threw me off with Jamie Kennedy when he gets killed in that one. I was like,
That that
Yeah.
was the
huh,
killer. That's a
huh,
killer.
no,
I
he's
know
like
it
one of
was the
my favorite characters.
single worst decision in a franchise ever, though. I had to say that that's the single worst decision to kill off that character.
I mean, they're just bringing everybody back at this point. Why not?
Dude,
Well,
I've been waiting for the potential of who to come back in this next one. So if we don't know how he's going to come back, but I don't want to get too involved. The dirt sheets, I don't want to read anything.
comic
I
that he doesn't ruin this. He said if he read it and it ruined the story, he wouldn't have done it. So we'll see. So
Yeah,
Oh,
the,
skeet, 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 skeet.
can
We'll
can I
see.
can I make a recommendation to both of you? And you don't have to do it if you don't want to. Just side note. The best thing for me, and I know we're in the horror genre doing podcasts and YouTube and stuff, but it's been such a like it's been so much better as a horror fan to watch these movies with since I made the decision to not watch the trailers. To me,
Sure.
if I'm sold on the movie, I do not need to watch the trailer. And especially Blumhouse, because they do ones for people, they're just trying to get people to buy tickets because they need to get people in the theaters. So they're going to put everything they can in those trailers. Since I avoid the trailers, I've tried to stay like social media. I just try to stay away from all of the dirt sheets and try to stop speculating on. Sure, it's like fan fiction fun. Where could it go? What could have happened? But once you release your expectations of what the next film could be and go in the theater and just enjoy it, it just makes the experience so much better as a horror movie fan. Just
Yeah.
putting it out there.
Can't argue with that.
Because think about it, all you're imagining where the story could go, whether it's Halloween, Friday the 13th, Scream, Evil Dead, whatever. You're imagining where it could go, and there's endless possibilities and all this fan fiction. It's like, how the hell can you live up to that? All these different
Yeah,
billion, hundreds of thousands of millions of people, fans of this franchise, whatever story, and it's just like, and then when you watch it, you're kind of like, oh. And if you watch the trailer where all the scares are going, you're like, oh, I know. This is the part where he comes out of the closet. Yeah, ready.
sure.
Ah, they ruined it because that ruined
Well,
it for me
yeah.
with Halloween 2018.
What else? Like, regardless of genre, I mean, the worst thing is when you see a movie and the best part of the movie, and you realize that at the movie was in the trailer.
Yep, yep, 100%. I've enjoyed movie going experiences and been just immensely better since I've stopped. If I'll watch a trailer if I need to be sold on it, and if I don't need to be sold, I'll watch a teaser maybe. 30-second teaser, cool. Trailer, I don't need to see it, especially for a movie I'm already sold on. I don't need to watch it. I don't need to. You don't got to sell me on it. I'm already going.
I'll try that for what I have to pick my poison, but I'll try that once. Like it's hard for me because I get excited.
So do I. So do I.
Like so
I
when Scream 7 when they drop their trailer, I'm good like I'm not gonna try this
I'm not watching it.
with Scream
Nope.
excited, you know.
I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it at all. I don't want to see it at all. I'll watch the trailer after I see the movie.
So
All
I'll
right.
keep it easy for you guys, and we can move right along to Joe Z because my choice is Halloween 2.
Ooh.
1981. I mean, when I was a kid, it even scared me. I never told my dad this at the time because he was such a Halloween 78 fan. Halloween 2 scared me even more when I was younger, seeing it for the first time. I was terrified. Like the way the orange, like the way he's lit, the way he shows up in rearview mirrors, the way he puts the needle through the one girl's eye when he comes in out of nowhere in the darkness. Just kind of the fact that he could be anywhere in this huge ass hospital. That scared me. Like that was terrifying to me. So Halloween 2, 1981 is, yeah, I'm with
Halloween 2. Gloves are off.
you. Yep. So that
But
brings
hey,
Josie, your final favorite sequel.
well, when there's no room left in hell, then the dead will walk the earth. Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah,
Ooh.
that's a
I don't know if that's like cliche, but I mean, you talk about like killer sequels.
it's really strong.
Yeah.
It's really, really strong. As far as so for horror fans that we are, we're a little bit typical. Dawn of the Dead's a good one. That's a good drop. Yep. And same with Evil Dead too. Like that's I always forget just how
Yeah,
good.
I mean, you gotta be, yeah, I mean, it takes place Pennsylvania radio station. You're a Pennsylvania radio station guy.
Yeah, it's true. One of the few left.
Yeah.
I got my awards. That's actually over my shoulder here. Is my
Yeah.
Pennsylvania Association of Broadcasters Awards.
Look at
Very
that.
nice. Look at that.
Very exciting.
That's awesome.
So yeah. All right then. Dawn of the Dead. Wow. Good one.
Good
Really,
call.
Yeah.
Jody.
That take you, Joe.
Oh shit. Yeah. I just think it's mine. Yeah.
R.I.P. Do we try and get there, Josie, one more time before it's gone?
What's
What?
that?
The Monroeville Mall is going to be gone.
Oh,
Oh, that's right.
Talk about the ultimate irony. Like George Romero was doing a commentary on consumerism and all that stuff and the malls and how the malls have kind of killed everything. Now Walmart is killing the mall.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like a massive like Walmart station. So
I mean, people
Mm,
are going to be living at the Plymouth Meeting Mall now. That whole building that's connected to it's getting ripped apart and turned into condos.
pretty cool.
unreal. But
Huh?
yeah, so we got to get to we got to get to the Monroeville Mall one more time. We got to make that happen. Maybe
All
on a
right.
maybe we can film there and then film the abandoned turnpike. That's out that way. But we can couple it with a trip, like one overnight and two filming days. We'll be good.
Yeah. That's very manageable.
So
Very manageable.
Okay. God, I'm stuck. Can I get Ed, do you want to go before me? I'm stuck.
I I can go before you. And this is a sentimental
Or
pick.
no, you want to go before? I can go if you want me to go. If you really want me to go, I'll go. You want to go last? I'll go. I'll go.
Oh, it's
All
not
right.
going. I'll just drop mine right now because it's more of a sentimental pick. Joe Z will understand a little more. Uh, Book of Shadows, Blair Witch 2.
Mm,
I
okay.
I just love it so much. It's again, it's a personal choice. When you had the cassette tape, you had The Secret of Esriver, and we talked about it during Red October, but um you rewound the tape and you got the hidden code, just like in the Christmas Story, you got the code, you see the letters at the bottom of the screen, and then you put it together and it unpacks a bunch of scenes, and now you're looking into those scenes a little deeper as to what happened. It made me laugh, it freaked me out. The whole movie, the whole experience, it was such a part of my young horror viewing R-rated childhood. Um, that sounds crazy, but I'm saying watching R-rated movies. I was early on into watching R-rated movies, and Blair Witch 2 was one of them, and it's got a special place here.
I mean, I all I can say about that movie is it's one of the most clever ideas for a sequel that I can think of. I'm surprised more found footage movies haven't done that. It's like, but I mean, I guess you could say like Cloverfield kind of did, but it's not the same. It's in the same universe, but it's just so clever. It's like, the big breakout of a found footage film that's not a cult classic. It's a mainstream classic off the bat with the MTV youth culture driving behind it. And you follow it up with a movie about people who are fans of the movie. Like I just thought it was really clever. So
I did too. I laughed, I cried, I got scared, I enjoyed. My away message was "F off, no one's home." You know what I mean? Like that. I quote
yeah.
that movie a lot today, and it was a close one because honestly, The Conjuring 2 was really, really good. That's in my top,
Yeah, really.
but I can't. Book of Shadows, Blair Witch 2. It's 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 the total package, baby. All
Okay.
right, Joe D, you're probably like, whoa.
No, given our conversation that we had for Red October, I'm not surprised, but in a good way. I know you like it, and
Yeah.
you've you've gotten me and Melissa wanting to rewatch it. So, and of course we're gonna rewatch it. So, nah, yeah, you're good. You're good. It's been a long time since I've seen it though. So, but you want me to go?
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right. There's a part of me that wants to say, oh, look, you already said Friday the 13th part two. I do love Friday the
Yeah,
13th part two. Um,
that's my number one.
um, and I part of me wants to say Doctor Sleep, but I feel like that's more, it's between Doctor Sleep and Halloween 2018. Does Halloween 2018 count as a sequel since it's replacing Halloween 2 kind of deal?
Technically, I would say so.
All
I
right.
would say so.
All right. Um, I feel like because it's more of horror related, and I feel like it's Doctor Sleep was horror, definitely horror, but I feel like it was almost like supernatural. I love Doctor Sleep. I love Doctor Sleep, and Mike Flanagan is awesome. Mike Flanagan's so good. So, um,
We're all Flanagan fans here.
Yeah.
yeah, it's so yeah, I'm probably, I wish I had more than three, but I'm gonna say, all right, Halloween 2018.
All right.
We should give
Nice.
honorable mentions to some other ones because the
Doctor is a perfect honorable mention, and you
which
already
one?
Oh, absolutely.
Doctor Sleep is a perfect. I mean, that's a great freaking movie.
Yeah.
I don't. Me and Joe talked about that. We actually interviewed. Oh my gosh, a very Nordic name, but we interviewed the lady who made the documentary about Stephen King's movies. Stephen King's books made into movies. So
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
on film. Um, and we had a great interview with her, and I will get the name. I'll put it in the notes. Uh, but yeah, we got to Doctor Sleep. I think one thing, how do you bridge, how do you make a follow-up to The Shining, which is greatest films of all time,
Yep.
which Stephen King hates, and you're Mike Flanagan, and you have to make a sequel to a story in between two juggernauts. You have Kubrick and you have King, and here you are, Flanagan, and you have to say, okay, it can't be all the way Kubrick Shining, but it can't be all the way King Doctor Sleep either. Like, what do we do? And he did it perfectly.
Yeah.
That he
Just for that,
does.
just for that reason, it might have to bump Halloween 2018 off. I mean, I'm seriously thinking about it. That was a tall, tall task. That's a tall, tall task, and he
I
nailed
mean,
it.
just Flanagan alone. I always think about like I was thinking about bringing it to the table for Red October. We had the formula already figured out. I'm like, all right, next year, maybe because I would love to keep like watch Midnight Mask or Haunting of Hill House in a week,
Yeah.
and that's like for the full week,
So you're
you know,
committed.
because they're all about. You still haven't seen
So good.
Midnight Mass.
Midnight Mass is so good. Oh, it's
I
beautiful.
it's like
Especially if you're a
I
Catholic. If you're Catholic, oh yeah, dude.
yeah
Raised Catholic. Oh,
Okay. No,
hell
yeah
yeah, man.
I mean it's Flanagan. So yes, if you guys are saying it's good, I'm already starting from a point that I love Flanagan. So
I
yeah
can't stop watching it whenever because Melissa likes to watch it on occasion from time to time. I can't stop watching whenever she puts it on. I'm just like, this is so goddamn good.
so good. Like
It's so good. It
hey,
is unbelievable. The acting, oh, the atmosphere, everything is so chilling.
and
Oh,
then
dude.
the Fall House of Usher.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Absolutely
So
incredible.
good. We should throw some. I'm all right. I know
got a wrap. Yeah.
we got to wrap, but Psycho 2 is on my watch list. I've heard good things.
Oh, it's so good. Yeah.
Is it? Okay. I've heard good
On
things.
Psycho 2.
Yeah.
I'll give you a fun one that's kind of crap, but like bad fun, and that's Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2.
Interesting. Okay.
I've still never
I'm
seen.
not saying it's great, but it's just got a silly good time. Those Texas Chainsaw sequels from the 80s are silly but fun.
Yeah. How do we
Yeah.
how
Oh,
do
did you
you
get
guys
the
ever
one with McConaughey? I mean, I think that's three. It's either three or
Yeah,
four.
yeah, that's like Renee Zellweger, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about Amityville 2 as well?
I've never
I've heard
watched Amityville 2.
me neither. I heard that's pretty solid too. And
Um,
we got to acknowledge Black Phone 2. It's coming out. I heard good things. I'm hearing good things.
I'm terrified. The first one's so good.
Yeah.
I heard it's going in a different
Um,
direction, but I'm hearing good things. I'm hearing good things.
I just watched the Black Phone. I've rewatched it for the first time since seeing it for the first time, and it affirmed just how good. It's like this movie's freaking good. I love it.
Hmm.
It's
yeah,
better. So yes, Black Phone 2 better not suck.
Yeah.
I'm
I
full
don't
of
think no,
doubts.
I'm already hearing that it's good. It's taking a little bit of a turn, but not anything crazy. Still chilling. It's what I'm hearing. I don't want to hear anything else. But since you guys brought Flanagan, we talked about it. Ouija Origin of Evil.
Uh,
That's another one.
Okay.
Yeah.
like
We
Ouija,
got
but they love
big name properties that were pretty solid too, like Saw 2 is a solid
Yeah.
sequel.
How you guys feel about Nightmare 2?
Paranormal Activity 2.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Activity 2
How you guys feel about Nightmare 2?
doesn't hold
Wild and Crazy Kid.
well for me. I'm also coming to
Yeah.
a place we do have to tackle the Nightmare on Elm Street series here at Red River Horror more because I'm not the biggest fan of it. So I like the first movie and I like New Nightmare, but I don't have the attachment that a lot of people in our space do to the other movies. So when I watched Freddy, I did watch it this year too, this October, just because I hadn't seen it in so long and it did not hold up for me. I actually ended up turning it off.
Yeah, it drags a little bit and it's a little wacky and yeah, but I understand what it's trying to do. But and he has got creepy makeup in it, but yeah, it's a little, I think I understand why it's a cult hit. I do think at one point it was underrated. Now I think people are starting to overrate it. You know what I'm saying? That can happen where it's like so much cult following. It's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And you watch it, you're kind of like, well, this wasn't as great as what people are saying. But
Put it
it's,
this way, Johnny Depp didn't have it on his resume up until like Pirates of the Caribbean, something like that. He just like didn't
oh,
acknowledge
that's
it, even though
right.
it's his
Right.
first
Because
movie.
he,
Yeah.
wait,
Just a throwaway.
Johnny, the first one or the second one?
First one.
Oh, so you're saying because the sequels were so goofy, you're saying, right?
He just left the Nightmare on Elm Street off his resume of his film credits because he just didn't feel it was worth having.
Yeah. Well, I guess we haven't really seen him in any horror movies since then. So it's like, why would he?
From Hell, Sleepy
That's
Hollow.
true. Well, I mean, when the 80s and 90s, I'm saying at that point in time when he was really hitting it off, I don't think I
Yeah,
remember seeing him in too many. But there's From Hell, and what was the other one? The Ninth Gate. There's another Ninth Gate.
Yeah,
yeah.
Secret Window.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yep.
Yeah, no, I
From
mean,
Hell's the shit though.
I haven't.
Yeah.
Um, I want to though. Like, I'm trying to bolster my VHS collection a little bit.
Ooh,
Like, there's
nice.
stuff that like I will find myself. It's weird if I put the tape on, then I'm committed. Then I'm watching it. I'm sitting and I'm not playing with my phone. You know,
Interesting.
I have found myself too much during this October season, sitting there putting something on and then playing.
And getting distracted.
Yep. So I have a VCR in my bedroom and I'm just going to, and in the studio too. I'm only going to pop on the VHS in the studio or in my bedroom, and now I'm committed. Now I have to watch it. So the Ninth Gate, if it's early enough, I will try to pick that up. I should be able to get that cheap.
All right.
That and From Hell, right? From Hell. From Hell's really good.
From Hell. Jack the Ripper. It's a great one.
Yep.
So, with that being said, I mean, some great sequels out there. Hopefully, keeping up with the calendar. Joe, Eddie, and I have been kicking ourselves. A big mistake was made by not having a certain movie on the calendar. It is a Halloween movie. It takes place on Halloween. It came out in 2023, but it's more on the 2024 cycle. And we are kicking ourselves for not having it. Would you like to take a stab at what that movie is?
Hmm.
It's not, if you haven't seen it, it's not obviously set on Halloween. Not until you watch the movie. It's just like, oh, on Halloween night.
Remember
Can I
that
have a hint?
this year. So for this year for Red October, it could only have been released between 2000 and 2025, right? That was the
Uh-huh.
criteria. Um, it could have made a Red October list before, and then it would have been automatically in the running. But I also gave all the contributors, like you, Joe, and everybody else, the to name three movies that you had to watch this October, but they had to fall within that release window. So I'll give you a hint. Obviously, it was released between 2000 and 2025. It was a big viral hit 2 years ago, and it was exclusively on Shudder at the time.
Oh, okay. I think we talked about this through text. Should I say it? Because I
Yeah.
think we talked about this, or is it something else, or do you guys want to just reveal it?
No, go
No,
ahead.
your guess. We asked you to guess.
Is it Late Night with the Devil?
Boom! Ding, ding, ding,
All
ding.
right, all right.
So, yes, Joe, you're right. After talking to all the contributors, um,
It's a good one.
So it was a mistake that it was not added. And just know that, yes, I put a lot of hard restrictions on everybody. And we played fair to come up with this year's list. So
It was a mistake on our part, and that won't happen again.
Like how serious is
Yeah.
it? All good. All good. Hey,
But yeah.
it'll make next
So it's
year's
time.
list even better.
But now it's time for us to call it a wrap on here, episode number 123. Joe, anything you want to add before we head out?
Nope. Thank you guys for having me on. This was a lot of fun. Thank you guys.
You're always welcome. Always.
Always. Always.
Eddie, what
up good. I just want to thank our friends, John and Davron at Spektra Pulse. Can't wait to talk to them. And thank all of you, everybody that's been riding along with us for Red October, everybody who tuned in. Thank you. And I think this is good. I think we had 2 solid October episodes. We treated October right this year at Red River Horror. And I'm excited. I'm excited for you all to hear this one. So thank you. Hit us up at Red River Horror on X, at Red River Horror on Instagram, or send a message to the Facebook page, redriverhorror.com. Stacey Lane Wilson's reviews are up there. And I think that's all I got this time, Joe.
Hell yeah. It's been episode number 123 of the Red River Horror Podcast. This big shout out again to Spektra Pulse. Keep doing what you do. And everybody else, remember to keep traveling those channels of fear.
Thanks so much for tuning in to the Red River Horror Podcast. Don't forget to follow, subscribe, like, and share. For great written horror content, go to redriverhorror.com. On Spotify or Apple Music, leave us a comment. Or if you have a thought about the show, just email redriverhorror@gmail.com. Thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and as always, thank you for following those channels of fear.